Barça! Barça! Barça!
Hello and welcome here to Talk FCB, and your eyes are not deceiving you. It is another video, back-to-back videos in back-to-back days. And like I say, guys, I really will be trying to get the videos a lot more consistent like they were last season. Coming up to the new campaign, I'll be doing all that I possibly can. And in today's video, I do want to discuss Ousmane Dembélé. This video will be more of a sort of podcast type video, just my thoughts on the Dembélé situation, everything that's gone on this summer. There's been a lot of things said about it, and there's been a lot of reports in the newspapers. And I just want to give my side of what I think of Dembele's situation, and going forward, what we can expect from him this season, and basically why he definitely will be a Barcelona player this season, and it is a colossal season ahead for him. And also, we are going to be talking about the Camp Nou, about some of the players coming back into training now, and looking towards those upcoming games. Tonight, early hours in the morning, Barcelona will be facing Roma, and all of that coming up in today's video. Let's do this. So let's start, of course, like I say, with Ousmane Dembélé. And just to give you guys sort of the backstory, what has been going on with him this summer. Obviously, throughout the season, it was a very difficult opening campaign for Dembélé at Barcelona. A very, very big move, a big fee that we paid for him, 105 million euros, plus bonuses, which could eventually reach 150 million euros. We were trying, of course, to plug the gap left by Neymar. We got Dembélé in, we got Coutinho in January. And Dembélé, of course, injured within the first few months of playing, that kept him out until after Christmas. He came back sort of mid-January. Again, only a few games went by, and again he suffered another bad injury, which kept him out for another few weeks. It was difficult for him. You know, he came back, he tried to give his all. There were some questions off the pitch whether he was doing things right in terms of his nutrition. He hired somebody to come in, cook his meals for him, get himself in better shape off the pitch. And I do believe that genuinely Dembélé wants to be a success here. Of course he does. You got to remember as well, he went on strike at Borussia Dortmund. He wanted to come here so badly. He got on a plane. He didn't report to training. He didn't go about things brilliantly, but what that did show was his dying need, really, to come to Barcelona and become a Barcelona player. Make no mistake about that. Dembélé wants to be here, and he wants to be a success here. What does he need to do in the coming season? He needs to give more. There's no doubt about that. We saw flashes of brilliance from him. We saw a lot of the reasons why we signed him. You think our game against Chelsea at the Camp Nou, scored a sensational goal, was involved in the others as well. We've seen what he can do. We just need to see it on a more consistent basis. He needs to keep himself injury free, and I do believe the coming campaign we will see the very best of this man, and when we do, it will be worth it. But obviously there have been some problems right throughout this summer now, starting with the World Cup, and now with the fact a lot of people seem to be very, very angry basically that Dembélé hasn't cut short his holiday to return with the team and basically head to America like the likes of Arthur has, Malcolm has, Longley. All of the new signings are on the pre-season tour, but then you also have to take into account all of those new signings, all of the players who are on that tour right now. Ter Stegen, when he gets there, none of those players appeared at the World Cup. And Dembélé, a lot of people are saying, well, he didn't really play for France in the World Cup, but France are one of the teams, of course, they went all the way to the final, they won that, and then when you win that, you've got the celebrations with the entire squad. After that, back in their home nation, of course there's going to be a lot of excitement, there's going to be a lot of celebrating after something that big. And Dembélé did play his part. He didn't play a lot of games, he didn't play the majority of the games, but he was involved in the group stage, he was involved in the warm-up game for the tournament, he was then of course travelling to Russia, and once you're there, you're not just in your hotel and going to games regularly very close to your hotel. Once you're at the World Cup, it's an awful lot of travelling around to the different cities, to the different venues. It does take a lot out of your body. Even if you're not out on the pitch, you still have to travel, you still have to train, because even if you're not in that team, you've got to keep yourself match fit, you've got to keep yourself match sharp if you need to be called upon. So even though Dembélé might not have been out there all the time, he was still in the right shape. He wasn't kicking back, relaxing on holiday. He was out there until the very end of the World Cup, giving his all for his nation in case he was needed. So I've got to be frank about that and just basically give my opinion that I don't think Dembélé should cut his holiday short. Every player is entitled to a break away from the game, with their family, with their friends, whatever they want to get up to in their spare time. That's the only time all year they get to really go on holiday and relax. You think about the football season, it is pretty much non-stop, 2, maybe even 3 games a week. It can be extremely demanding, and a lot of people are saying, he didn't play an awful lot during the season as well, so he got a lot of time off then. But again, he wasn't exactly on holiday. Even when he was injured, he was in the gym, he was getting back into training, he was working on his own, trying to get back as quickly as possible. And what we've seen with Dembele, that he actually once came back too soon. He should have kept on going with his individual training, but he was rushing to get back, and he actually did it too soon. So Dembele at no point in the season was kicking back, relaxing. Now he does have a chance to do that, and I think that's fair enough. Players deserve the time away from the game. They absolutely deserve that. And when he comes back then, I expect him to give 110% commitment. What I will say though, and what I actually understand criticism of, is this whole Twitter thing. I think personally, if you're on holiday, if you are going to take a break, I understand that, like I say, but what he shouldn't be doing then is going on social media, and basically what he's been doing is liking tweets against him. People who are going on Twitter and basically saying to Dembele, you should be in training, you're not doing well enough, we don't want you at the club, why don't you go and leave? He's basically liking all the hate tweets about him, and I think that's wrong. Stay away from that. There's no need at all to get yourself involved in that kind of situation. If you're on holiday, take yourself away from it, relax, have some time without football, and then come back stronger. There's no need to be on social media there liking tweets. But on the spin side of that, what I would say is, I've no idea why people are sending him tweets. I just don't really get that in any capacity. That's not going to help Dembele, that's not going to help the club, it's not going to help his confidence, it's not going to help his morale. There is nothing you can gain really from sending hate tweets to players. Even somebody like Andre Gomes, who, yes, we've come here, we've criticised him time and time again. A lot of people want him sold this summer. Barcelona want to sell him, but it doesn't look like he's going to be sold. Even somebody like Andre Gomes, I wouldn't go and tweet them hate, because what's the point in that? At some point, that player is going to be in a Barcelona shirt. We're going to need them to perform, and those tweets are only going to hurt their confidence. They're only going to hurt their morale, and it isn't going to improve anything. So for those tweeting Dembele, there's not a really lot you can gain from that. I don't really understand why you're going down that road, but at the same time, once those tweets have been sent, Dembele shouldn't be liking them. He shouldn't be on social media doing that. If he is going to come on social media, how about sending a tweet saying, I'm relaxing, I'm recuperating, when I get back to training, I'm going to give it my all, I am going to have a big season. That's what we want to hear from him. He does have the quality, he does have the ability. A lot of people are saying now, we've signed Malcolm, do we really need Ousmane Dembele? Yes, we do. We'll be keeping him at the club 110% this summer. We made a big commitment when we signed him from Borussia Dortmund, and we're not just going to let him go out on loan, because imagine if he went out on loan and then he had a bad season. His value would drop even more. Barcelona will not take that risk. We want to see him in the team this season with Valverde's confidence, and we want to see what he can do. And like I've said before, I do have utmost confidence in Ousmane Dembele. I think Malcolm, maybe he wouldn't have liked the signing, maybe he wouldn't like the fact that maybe his position is under risk, but that's what we needed. We need competition for places. We need players to be giving their all to really stay in the team. Nobody should have a free pass in that team. Everybody should be earning their place, and Malcolm will provide good competition with Dembele. I do believe they can both play together. Dembele, you've got to remember, very two-footed. He doesn't have a weak foot. He can play on either flank. Malcolm likes to play on the right. He can even play in the centre as well if needed, and I think we could see them both together on the pitch at certain points next season. And what we want to be doing now, guys, instead of negative energy, instead of thinking, is Dembele going, is he staying? He is going to be staying, and instead of getting on his back, let's get with him. Let's get with the whole team, come together, get that positive energy going, and believe that this season he will prove people wrong, he will keep himself fit, and he will do his talking on the pitch. And when he does, it'll be better for every single one of us supporting Barcelona. And on that subject, guys, a few big names did return to first team training today. They went through the medical examination, and they will also report to training in Barcelona this evening. Those players were Lionel Messi is back in Barcelona, along with Jordi Alba, Sergio Busquets, and Gerard Piqué, and Dembele will return to training on August the 13th, back in Barcelona and ready to go. And we're all looking forward to getting the full squad back together again, getting things in shape for next season, because the competitive games will be starting very soon. And of course, when they start, they come thick and fast. And just finally, guys, a quick words on the Camp Nou, because of course course, we are expecting this big renovation of the Camp Nou, by Barça. We're going to increase the capacity of the Camp Nou. We're also going to improve, Barça B, the mini estadi, and all of the surrounding area as well. That's all going to be happening, and work will be starting on that project, by Barça, which is going to cost 600 million euros. That'll be starting next summer, and Barcelona right now are in the process of looking for a company to basically sponsor the Camp Nou and be in the name of the stadium. They are looking for 300 million euros to basically sell the naming rights for the Camp Nou in a 20-year period. They're looking in the United States. They're also looking in the likes of China, Asia, to see if they can get a sponsor for the Camp Nou, and that will basically fund half of the by Barça project. 300 million euros is what Barcelona are looking for, and then if we do sell the naming rights, it'll then be a company in the name of the Camp Nou. So it could be something like Rakuten, Camp Nou. You get the idea. That is what Barcelona are trying to do right now, and I do believe there'll be contrasting opinions on that as well. Some people will not like that idea. Some people understand maybe we do need those kind of funds, but should we be selling out the naming rights for that famous stadium? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, guys. And of course, let me know your thoughts as well on Ousmane Dembélé, everything that goes with that. What do you think of what's gone on this summer, and what are you expecting from him in the season to come? I'll see you soon with more videos, but until next time, as always, Visca El Barça.